Hello and welcome to another video review, this time about the new long-range hunting rifle scope from Swarovski, the Z8i Plus, with a magnification from 5 to 40 by 56. Swarovski is an Austrian company with a long history that goes back to 1895. It is one of the biggest names in the optics industry, and it is very popular among hikers, bird watchers and especially hunters. For 2025, Swarovski introduced this new long-range hunting rifle scope with 8 times zoom and a massive 40 times maximal magnification. But not only is the magnification so special about this rifle scope, it features also the Z8i Plus eyepiece, which gives the rifle scope a significantly larger field of view. If we put this together, we get a rifle scope for hunting at very close and also very far distances. Entire housing is made from one piece aluminum. There are some rubberized parts like the magnification ring, illumination and the eyepiece, but everything else is completely aluminum. So the eyepiece is a European style eyepiece which can be adjusted directly. The eyepiece itself, the adjustment feels very smooth and also quite stiff, which I personally prefer, because if it's stiff you cannot make unintentional adjustments when you carry the scope around. Eyepiece itself is quite large. It has a diameter of 51.5 millimeters on the outside, which is more than I think most of the hunting scopes on the market, or even the biggest one. Then here on top we have the illumination control. It has a nighttime and a daytime setting, and it can be operated only with this lever, which is ergonomically perfectly designed, and it is also very quickly to adjust. The downside of this lever is you can easily turn it on when you carry the rifle around without even knowing it, but illumination itself is made perfectly in this scope. Here on top we have the plus and minus buttons. So in each setting, you have all in all 32 intensity settings. So 32 in the night settings and 32 in the daytime settings. All in all 64. And I have to say the illumination in this scope is perfect. It is very low light, so you can barely see it even in complete darkness. But also during the day it is very, very bright, and also if you hunt in snow, I think you will easily see the bright illuminated dot. The illumination itself is made from optic fiber, and because of that it is also so bright and also perfectly round, so you get a really crisp illumination. Then we have here the magnification control. It is also rubberized. It has a really nice texture, really grippy, and also a small throw lever, so you can adjust the magnification even easily. From minimal magnification up to the maximal magnification, so from 5 to 40, it is a bit less than 180 degree turn, which is perfect and really quick to adjust. For the throw lever, we have also one additional throw lever in the box, which can be mounted here on top. You just have to screw it in, and with this throw lever it is even easier to adjust the magnification. The throw lever can be put on in each direction, so like this, and also to the other side, which is really well designed. Now the main tube is 34 millimeters, and in this case we have the Swarovski SR rail on it. So for easier and much quicker mounting option. For the mounting with the SAR rail, included is also this cover, which you can place then on the rail itself, and then the rail section is completely covered and no debris or mud or something like this can enter the rail itself. Then we have the capped turrets, more of it later, and in the front we have the 56mm objective lens with a 62mm outside diameter, and because this scope features 5 times minimal magnification, I think this scope is also perfectly suitable for night vision and thermal attachments. The scope can withstand, of course, all hunting calibers, so it is completely shockproof. It can operate in a temperature range from -20 up to 55 plus 55 degrees Celsius. It is completely argon purged, so you will get no internal fogging even if you go from a warm place to a cold place. And it is also completely waterproof up to 4 meters of depth. The size of it is 371 millimeters in length, so it is not a very long scope, especially if you consider the high magnification. It weighs 870 grams without the rail and 890 grams with the SR rail. So from the weight, I have to say it is more on the heavier side if you can compare it to other hunting rifle scopes. It is made completely in Austria and it comes with a 10 years of warranty. For the price, in the time of making this video, unfortunately I didn't know the price yet, but we will blend it in somewhere here. Now for the reticle, it is placed in the second focal plane. For now I don't have enough information how many reticles will be available, but in this particular scope I have here, we have the 4A-I reticle inside, which is the standard and most popular hunting reticle in Europe. Most of you know it probably like the German 4 reticle. Now, illumination, as I said, is perfect in this scope, and in this reticle only the middle dot is illuminated, and as I said, the illumination is perfectly crisp at all illumination settings. The scope features also automatic turn off feature named Swaro Light, and if you have the illumination on at the daytime setting, or if you don't change any settings for more than 3 hours, the illumination turns off after 3 hours. In the night setting or low light setting, this feature turns the illumination off after 5 hours. This can also be deactivated with a special combination of the buttons, and with this the illumination will be constantly on when you turn it on, of course. And I would personally not recommend it, because if you somehow come to the lever unintentionally or you forget it on, you will drain the battery off completely. The scope features also a position sensor, so if you are more than 70 degrees up or down, then the illumination turns also automatically off, or if it is more than 30 degrees left or right, it is also automatically turned off. Okay, now for the turrets. First of all, here on this scope we have a parallax adjustment. That's why also the P in the name. And the parallax goes from 50 meters all the way to infinity. And the parallax wheel feels very smooth. And at 100 meters there is also a click, and the parallax stops exactly at 100 meters. So if you are in complete darkness, you can just go back when you feel a click. You know you are set at 100 meters, which I really like. In the same turret we also have the battery compartment, which is also very well designed. And the battery can be replaced without any tools, which is perfect if you are out hunting and the battery turns off. So to put the battery off, you just have to press on the side and the battery comes off, which is, as I said, really well designed. For the battery you need only one CR2032 battery, and this battery will last for a very long time. If the battery goes off when you are hunting, Swarovski has a very nice feature, which is a additional battery in the Windage Turret, and this can also be easily taken off without any tools, and then you can replace the old one for the new one, which is perfect. The turret itself is completely the same as the elevation turret, and the only difference is that because of the battery, additional battery, the elevation cap is a little bit smaller than the windage one. So the turret is a very standard, let's say, hunting turret. For most of the users, you just adjust it, put on the cap and you're done. But with this scope I would really recommend putting on the ballistic turret, which I will show in a second. But this turret here can be adjusted very easily, of course, and it features also it can be also resetted, so you just have to lift it up and it can be resetted like that. I personally don't like this turret very much because it is made from plastic. It is not so high quality in my opinion for Swarovski. In my opinion it could be done better, or at least from aluminum, but the ballistic turret is made much better. The clicks on the turret are 1 centimeter per click, and in one revolution there are approximately 60 or 65 clicks. Unfortunately I cannot count everyone because on this turret there are also not all of the lines on it. A Windage turret has, as I said, the same turret, and the maximal adjustment range for the elevation turret is 160 clicks or 1.6 meters at 100 meters, and for the Windage it's 100 clicks or 1 meter at 100 meters. So both of them are double turn or multi-turn turrets. They don't have a turn indicator and no zero stop, and also no locking function like this. But with the ballistic turret, the turret has, of course, zero stop and also a locking function. With the ballistic turret you get also different rings. You can see they are numbered, so you can adjust them with your ballistic of your rifle, and 2 for 200, 3 300 and so on. And then we have two additional rings which you could place between, let's say, 300 and 400, so 350 and 450 meters, and because of that then you are covered up to 500 meters of hunting, which is really well designed. Then you have also the additional ring for the Windage Turret, and because of that you can put this turret on both turrets at the same time. The Ballistic Turret is, as I said, very well made of completely from aluminum, and what is also really nice, it can be attached really fast by just clicking it on like that. And when you click it on, the turret can also already be engaged. So it has a locking function, which is this ring here under the turret. When it's on the left side, you see the turret is locked, and when it's on the right side, the clicks can be adjusted. The clicks are really nice, very tactile, and the spacing is perfectly fine for my opinion. With the Ballistic Turret you get maximal 70 clicks, which is 70 centimeters at 100 meters, and with 70 clicks you can easily shoot at very long distances. The turret can also be easily removed by just clicking the button here on the top, and then the whole turret pops down. Okay, now the optical performance of this scope. The magnification, as I said, is from 5 to 40, and it features a 56mm objective lens, so it can be used also at lower light conditions, and the zoom factor is 8 times, which is quite a lot for a hunting scope. But the special, as I previously said, specialty of this scope is the wide field of view. With 5 times magnification you still get 9.4 meters of field of view at 100 meters, which is quite a lot, and because of that you of course can detect the animals much more quicker. The field of view at the maximal magnification is still 1.2 meters, which is also quite a lot for 40 times magnification. The scope has of course no tunneling effect, light transmission of 93%, and the eye relief is 95 millimeters, so you can easily use it also on the strongest recoiling calibers without any fear that you can somehow hurt yourself. The eye relief is very good and also very forgiving. You can really move around, and the same is with the eye box. Also the eye box is very forgiving through the whole magnification. Of course, at the lower magnification it's better than on the bigger magnifications, but still I think for 40 times it is quite easy to stay behind the scope and have a nice picture. All in all, the optical performance in my opinion is top of the line. There is almost no image distortion when you go out of the center of the image to the edge, which is in my opinion a great achievement for such a big field of view scope. Even at 40 times magnification, the level of details I could observe is just perfect, and I think when using this scope, additional spotting scope isn't even needed anymore, because you can really observe the game directly through the scope with all of the details. And in my opinion this is also quite important, because if you go on a hunting trip you can save a lot of space and weight what your spotting scope would weight or take away. Okay, now what do you get in the box with the scope? First of all, a cleaning cloth, then this throw lever, cover for the SR rail. Of course, if you choose the scope without the SR rail, this is not included. Then bikini style lens covers, and lastly a user's manual where you find all of the information you need to know about the scope, and as you can see, it comes in many different languages as well. Okay, now for a short summary. First of all, let's start with the positives. And the best part of this scope is, in my opinion, the big field of view, which is exceptional, and as I said, you can detect animals earlier, which is quite important, especially if you want to mount a clip-on device during the night. You see, of course, only through the clip-on, and with a big field of view it is much faster in your optic. Then the design, I really like it. It has this typical Swarovski design, which is modern and elegant. Then the build quality and finish is, yeah, it is just a premium scope. Then the image quality itself, with such a high magnification, you really get perfect image quality. And lastly, the illumination itself, how it works, it's perfect in my opinion. You have 64 intensity settings, and they are really low light or very bright, so you can use it really in all conditions. Now, where do I see room for improvements? First of all is the weight. For a hunting scope, I would say it is a quite heavy scope, but as I said, it eliminates the need of a spotting scope in my opinion. Even at shorter ranges you can really see very much of details, which is yeah, really nice to have. Then the illumination switch, as I said, it is good but also bad in some situations, because you can easily turn it on without even knowing it, and because of that the battery drains much faster. And lastly, the original turrets which are on are made out of plastic. I think this could be made a bit different or more premium, but the ballistic turret themselves are perfectly fine and have a lot of adjustments. Okay, this was a short video review of the new Swarovski Z8i 5-40x56. If you have any additional questions, click the link below, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.